What's up? This is Devin with the CRP, and here's the question of this video. Who should Henry Cejudo fight next? As we've seen over the weekend, Henry Cejudo, former Olympic gold medalist, as we're all aware, became a two-division champion, defeating Marlon Moraes to win the vacant bantamweight championship. He is now the simultaneous UFC flyweight champion and the UFC bantamweight champion. And he had a hit list at the end of his fight that was confusing to me and others, where he called out Dominic Cruz, Cody Garbrandt, and Uriah Faber. But when we look at those three options, Dominic Cruz has been inactive for the majority of the past decade. Cody Garbrandt's on a 3-fight skid. Uriah Faber is 40 years old, just came out of retirement and is fighting Ricky Simón in Sacramento later on in the summer. And Simone's ranked at the bottom of the top 15. So none of those really are ideal matchups at the moment for Cejudo. But he has two weight classes to choose from. And number one, in my opinion, the number one option for him at bantamweight is Aljamain Sterling, who pulled off a big win this past weekend over Pedro Munoz. Sterling is 6-1 in his last 7 fights, his lone loss being a 30-second knockout at the hands of Marlon Moraes. He looked better than he's ever looked in the division. Came out, looked really fluid with his striking. Trains with Matt Serra and Ray Longo over there in Long Island. Looked sharp. Good wrestling. I think he's a marketable guy. There's an option. And the other option, which I prefer more, is to see Cejudo be the first guy who's actively defended 2 different belts and go back down to flyweight, which, according to Dana White, they're going to keep the division now. And I think he should fight the winner of a fight that's coming up at the end of the month, June 29th, at UFC on ESPN 3. It's a co-main event slot behind the main event, Francis Ngannou and Junior Dos Santos. And it's a matchup between the number 1 ranked contender and the number 2 ranked contender at flyweight, Jussier Formiga and Joseph Benavidez. I think he should fight the winner of that. And the reason I say that is because Formiga, he's on a 4-fight win streak. He's the number 1 contender in the division at the moment. Benavidez, very underrated guy, 8-1 since his loss to Demetrius Johnson in a title fight. And he's actually got a split decision win over Cejudo in a fight that was a straight slugfest. Benavidez has been around a long time, been a title contender, was really good in the WEC, been good in the UFC, has been a top 5 flyweight for many years, and Formiga is on a good run. That's who I think the Cejudo should fight moving forward. And if he stays at bantamweight and doesn't want to do the drop back down to flyweight, then I believe he should fight Aljamain Sterling. I think Sterling's earned the title shot. There's other young contenders coming up. Petr Yan looked great. Dominic Cruz is always an option if he did come out of retirement. He's not retired, but did get healthy and decide to fight. And Corey Sandhagen's another young contender who's fighting Rafael Assunção coming up later in the summer. And he's a potential prospect in the future. So Cejudo's got a long line of young contenders and some legit flyweights that he could potentially match up against. Let us know in the comment who you think he should fight. My pick, the winner of Formiga versus Benavidez at flyweight to defend his belt at that weight class, or stay at bantamweight to take on Aljamain Sterling. Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned to the CRP.